Dear Cardi B, you lost, sis. You lost. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. What's going on, y'all? Honey, y'all already know what time it is. It's time for a Dear Cardi B video, girls. It seems like we have to put these out like it's a new season because every time we turn around, the Lord is blessing Cardi B, but she don't see the blessing. So I decided to go ahead and do a Dear Cardi B video and say, girl, you lost. And I'm going to explain how she lost, because some people are saying, oh my gosh, Cardi B did lose. She just got a damn thing with Tom Ford, some lip gloss and some shit. So she's not losing, and white people still want to work with her. I'm going to explain to you that everything that you think is money is not necessarily the currency that you fucking need. So let's rewind and go back and talk about what happened this past weekend. Cardi B threw a damn shoe at Nicki Minaj. So Cardi B took to Instagram and she explained what was going on and what was the situation. Cardi B said that Nicki Minaj had tried to stop her bag. She had said some stuff about her parental skills, and there was this rumor going around that Nicki Minaj was liking comments about her parental skills on Instagram and Twitter and stuff, and then it was getting back to Cardi B, and Cardi B was feeling some type of way. She was saying, girl, look, you can talk about me, you can do all this type of stuff, I let this shit slide, but you're not gonna talk about my daughter, you're not gonna talk about my child, you're not gonna talk about baby culture. I'm guessing baby culture is, I'm not sure. But you're not gonna talk about my child. Like, you try to stop my bag, you try to do all that, but girl, this is where I draw the line. And I'm ready, girl. So she done threw this shoe at her. They calling her Benderella, girl, because she done threw the shoe away. And I'm thinking like, girl, is this damn, like, are we watching a damn Disney Ghetto movie or some shit? Now, that's some things I want to go ahead and get out the way before we even get to this tea and before we even start dragging and get into it. I have a PSA because I feel like I have to remind folks over and over again what this is. This is King of Reads, meaning that I read and I am the king, okay? That means I don't give a fuck about none of your faves. I don't like anybody, honestly. Only thing I like is direct deposits coming to my checking account that are sufficient enough for me to pay my bills. I don't give a damn about Cardi B. I don't give a damn about Nicki Minaj. I don't give a fuck about Queen Radio. I don't care about none of this shit. I don't care about none of y'all faves at all, period, okay? Everybody is on the table to get their ass roasted, and that's just what it is, bitch. So Cardi B throwing a shoe at Nicki Minaj. People are saying this is ghetto, you don't do this. This is not something you need to be doing out in public. At New York Fashion Week, this is a big scene. It's a lot of people, a lot of important people. At the end of the day, these people are people. They're still humans. Yes, they might have a little bit more clout. They might have a little bit more coin and stuff. But I do understand the conversation when people are saying that calling, weaponizing ghetto and all this hood rat and stuff is anti-black, and calling Cardi B this is trash as fuck. No, I'm not going to be calling Cardi B ghetto. I'm not going to be saying she's a hood rat. I'm not going to use any of those terms. Now, when I say, ooh, child, the ghetto, because it's funny, we all been using that shit. We all been using that shit from Nene Leakes walking in saying the ghetto. We know what that is. But some people are weaponizing the word ghetto, hood rat, and we know how certain people use these terms to describe black people. We know that. So we have to be careful in our language and how we talk about and dissect, because some of us are trying to dissect this shit. Some people are trying to dissect this shit like we in biology too, and girl, we just got a frog and some goddamn knives and shit. But yes, people have been weaponizing these words and stuff and saying that about Cardi B. I don't give a damn about Cardi B doing that. I don't care about how folks feel about it. I do know that there is something that comes from that once you start doing stuff like that, because it becomes an image, and we know that people already assume these certain things about black women and whatever. So yes, I definitely understand that. I do think, however, that it was very unprofessional for Cardi B to be getting into it with Nicki Minaj in this type of place and this type of environment. Like, this is a work environment. Like, girl, no. Like, this is not no shit. You can tell her, pull it to the streets, and you do whatever. But the reason why I feel like Cardi B lost is because Cardi B allowed Nicki Minaj to get her out of her spirit. So now the shit I'm gonna start saying is some grown folk shit, and some of you all probably won't understand until you start being asked, what's your credit score? And they telling your ass, girl, you can't get approved for this shit because your credit ain't high enough. So this is like some grown folk shit and some stuff I have came to realize in the last couple of years. Now, given Cardi B is 25 years old, she's young. I can't think that's how old she is. I'm 31. I just turned 31 last month. I probably would have responded. One of my friends asked me, Elijah asked me, how would I have responded like that if I was 25? I probably would have dragged this shit out of Nicki Minaj. I would have been posting all types of shit. I have done it before. I've let people get me out of my character. I let people upset me and do all this. this and responded, and it wasn't strategic. It wasn't strategic because at the end of the day, me getting riled up, I've allowed this person to put this energy to make me feel some type of way. And every time you want to respond and do something, it's not always the best way. It's not the easiest way. Sometimes it's more difficult than just that. And I think that Cardi B should have tried to place their energy in another way of trying to get to Nicki Minaj, because that was not going to do anything. You're not going to be able to do what you want to. And if you do the things that you want to do, there's going to be some ramifications for that. If you were so happy to hit Nicki Minaj in her eye, fuck her up, girl, you're going to get sued, you're going to go to jail, she's going to press charges, because Nicki Minaj has embodied that white woman shit. She's playing victim, she's throwing the shit and hiding her hand and say, girl, I didn't do that. What stuff I like? I have not said anything about that. I didn't do that, girl. Where are the receipts? Nicki Minaj, we know a couple of other artists have said that you have done some stuff and you have kind of told people not to work with them and all that type of shit. But I think about it, Nicki Minaj is not the only artist that have done that. I can't remember somebody else. Who was it? Cardi B, you called out for, you know, taking the song that what's the girl that Cash Doll was supposed to be on. But I know you had nothing to do with it. It's just like a song and you just a more popping artist and stuff. Now I do believe that Nicki Minaj has done some shit to be petty behind the scenes. So my thing is, this is all she's able to do, and this is the price of fame. Now we all know Cardi B has been struggling with the price. Like we know that she's been struggling with how to live and be famous. And I think that we do need to get better at how we treat celebrities and how much pressure we put on them. But I am worried about Cardi's mental state, because this is a lot. She has been through a lot in the last couple of months. She's given birth to her beautiful child. She's going through a situation. We've heard over and over again about infidelity with her husband that she married after knowing him for what, 48 hours or whatever. But all this stuff and, you know, hearing this and seeing all this and people attacking you, I first realized that when she took a screenshot of her bank account and posted on Twitter. And we all know, even Beyonce and Solange, I think Mama Tina came out and said she had to give Solange some, you know, some therapy, because there was a lot to grow up with your sister being famous and doing all this, and like you like kind of in the shadows because you're younger or whatever. So I think Cardi B needs to be spending this energy getting her some therapy. She can afford it. She has the coin. There's some of us that are going through some shit right now. Like me tell you right now, right fucking now, I'm going through some shit right now, girl. Going through some shit, but I've luckily not have turned to any substances and stuff to make me cure the pain or whatever, or just to numb it. But I am not able right now to get any therapy because that shit is expensive. Cardi B, you can't do that. And the reason why I say you lost is because you allowed her to displace you. And then Nicki, seeing you do all that, she saw you do all that and said, she's standing right here. She played the white woman card, girl, and she uno'd your ass out. You stood right there, they ushered your ass out. And what did Nicki Minaj do? She went and fucking took pictures from the taxi cab and just being petty as hell. Now when I saw it, I thought it was funny, but internally I was like, girl, this shit is really petty and it's gaslighting. We know Nicki Minaj is a gaslighting individual, and gaslighting means motherfuckers doing shit and say, girl, I didn't do that, and making you look like, damn, is there something wrong with me, making you feel like, what's going on? Did I do something wrong? No, this person is doing something. I believe when Cardi B says that Nicki Minaj has done this stuff, I believe she has deliberately done that. And we have learned that. I'm going to explain because I got 3 videos coming for y'all. One definitely is going to be talking about what we learned on the Queen Radio, the things that we learned from Queen Radio and Nicki's response. I'm going to get into that because, nigga, I got something for your ass too. Now, how can Cardi B learn from this? Is this the culture? Will Cardi B suffer from this? I don't think she's going to take a hit financially. I think that these people have betted on the whatever they think Cardi B is, this image and this ratchetness that she does. They love it. They think it's cute, it's attention, it's clicks, it's views and all that. So some of these people are not pressed about necessarily the negative press, because we're living in the era of, I hate to say, 45 era, Donald Trump era, where sometimes the negative press is good press because I can use this to sell stuff. The same thing that Kanye West has done and so many other artists, because times have changed how we promote things. As you all notice, some bloggers and some, you know, websites or whatever, blogs, put certain titles and stuff and certain pictures to get people to click, to grab attention, because we know we are competing with 100 other folks. So we got to do something a little bit more. It's the same thing with artists. They're doing things to make us pay attention. They're dropping sex tapes or doing this and that and have this stuff pop up around the time that the show about to come on. They're doing things to get our attention. And we got to stop falling for the shit sometimes. So Nicki Minaj took all this and she knew it after all this happened. And what did she do? do Monday? She came and served Queen Radio. She didn't give it to us Saturday. You know why I think she didn't? Because she probably went and tried to make sure, what other bags can I secure to make sure that they are advertising around this time of you know, my show being on. So I'm gonna take some time to figure it out. And Nicki Minaj played it. She played it well. Now, how do I feel about Cardi B taking it to a physical you know, situation? I don't respect it at all. I think that is garbage as hell. And I think that Cardi, you have to learn that you cannot put your hands on folks in this type of atmosphere, because you have to think about your child. You are a mother now, and not saying that you need to uphold some type of decorum or something. You are a mother. It means if something happens to you, Offset's gonna be raising that child, and girl, he gonna be speaking in auto-tune, and that's just gonna be the tea, girl. Your child gonna be coming out here saying some damn crazy shit, and you ain't gonna understand. So you need to understand that, girl, you are not just doing it for you, you're doing it for other people. And that needs to be your child. Fuck Offset, because he don't give a damn about your relationship. But do it for baby culture. And that's what I want to see. I want to see that you say, you know what, I'm not going to let somebody get me out of my shit, get me out of my bed. Because Cardi, at the end of the day, you have the #1 album, you have the like 2 #1 singles, you can have, like, you requesting $300,000 just to step outside the house and shit. You are that girl. And I think, for the most part, we can expect that Cardi B is going to have her time, and then somebody else will come and takes Cardi B's time. That's just what it is. Like, there's going to be somebody else probably going to take my time too. Somebody's going to be doing other videos and stuff and podcasts more sick than me. But what I'm going to make sure I'm doing, got my hands in all these motherfucking things and doing shit so I continue to stay relevant. Instead of have conversations with my people who watch and support me, so I can be completely different from everybody else. Now, people are pressed because Cardi B has personality and that sells her, because Cardi B ain't writing her own raps and all that type of shit. But you can't tell people where to place their money at when it comes to a situation like that. Like, we saying that Cardi B ain't writing her own raps and she doing this and that, but people love her personality, and her personality has gotten her somewhere. And that time, like, Nicki Minaj had some type of personality. Not saying she didn't, but that time of, you know, writing and stuff, it's changed. We can't go around here and sound like our damn parents and talking about some music has changed. All this shit is forever evolving. None of this shit will stay the same. Somebody will come and replace Cardi B, and that person will come, and so on and so forth. Girl, we're not going to be here forever in this whatever we are. So Cardi B, I feel like you lost, sis. You lost. Not necessarily you getting hit and walking out with this big ass knot on your head, but in this cartoon style knot. You walk around here like you fighting the damn bird. Like, yo, need the road runner, girl. You getting hit with anvils and shit, with Acme on top of it. Like, girl, you did that. You did all that and walked out with a big ass fucking cartoon knot on your damn, girl. I thought it was the Oprah sign on top of your damn head. And I thought this shit was Photoshop, but girl, you left like that. Like, what would have happened if you would have, you know, hurt somebody, inflicted some type of bodily harm to someone, and then the fact that they would have had to press charges on you? You don't want that type of shit like Cardi. And people are saying, oh, well, she, you know, Nicki's not doing what she's supposed to do. She talking all this stuff, but she don't do that. Half these rappers, these male rappers who talk about selling work and doing this and moving weight and all that type of shit, ain't did that shit in the real world. All this shit is fake, phony, and fraudulent as hell. Y'all don't pay attention to that shit. Some of these folks ain't never lived some of these lives. Look at the Migos. They ain't living under the default, coming from a middle class family. Like, if y'all don't get y'all ass out of here, the same thing with Childish Gambino, middle class family telling black stories of suffering. Not all of our stories are the same, but he's right here telling that same story too. And I don't think that he even dealt with some of the shit that he talking about. But that's, you know, that's what it is. Overall, what did Cardi B lose from this? Cardi B, I think that you lost your mental space. Now people know what they can say to get you out of character. And now people know your weakness. So that's what I'm saying, that what you thought was the easiest route of like taking it out, that's what you do. You have to be strategic, sis. This ain't no longer checkers. This is chess. And you got to play strategic. Now, I'm not saying you got to play it how the white folks play it, but you need to play it in a way that you're going to actually win something from this and actually not lose, because the shit that you thought was currency, you winning and getting and hitting her ass is currency, that shit ain't. That shit ain't no damn currency at all, girl. You didn't get nothing from that shit. Nothing. You look silly as hell. You look silly. And although you didn't lose anything probably financially, you lost it up here because you are shook by her comments and what people are saying about you online. And like I said, girl, they talked about Jesus, honey. Your ass, and many folks follow the Bible, and because I talk about them too, especially the white one, but that's a whole nother story. But you are not excused from any of this, sis. You are not better than anybody else. That's the price. Unfortunately, that is the price. It is trash, but that's what it is. You know how many folks done told me in this damn lace shirt I got on that I look like I got 2 big ass titties or whatever. A girl look like I got this shirt from Lane Bryant. Do I give a damn? Hell the fuck no, sis. I don't have time to be looking at these damn comments these folks dragging me. I love that they do because they keep my ass relevant and keep my ass in front of this camera, because I got even the folks who don't like me paying attention to whatever I do and whatever I wear. So Cardi B, that's all I got for you. I love you, sis. I want you to get your shit together. I want you to get your mental state in order so you can continue to put out hits. If you writing them hoes or not, you putting out hits and them hoes is sticking like grits. But girl, you can't be out here trying to throw grits on somebody doing New York Fashion Week, girl, because they're gonna lock your ass up and that's just gonna be what the tea is, and then you'll be gone. So I hope we learned something from this. I hope Cardi has too. And girl, it's on to talk about Nicki Minaj. Tell me what y'all think about this whole situation that happened this Saturday. I cannot wait to talk about it more on the podcast, For the Culture Podcast, coming up this Wednesday. Stay tuned, tweet me, beat me, all that type of shit. And make sure you're checking out KingofReach.com for the official blog. I'll talk to you on later on tonight. Bye.